Hello, all you wonderful, wonderful, crazy people. You got to be a little crazy. Be a little crazy to be here. It's not a prerequisite or anything. It's not like you're required to be crazy. And I don't think crazy is even an acceptable word anymore. But you got to be a little crazy to be here. Hello and welcome. I'm getting my book open. This is how late to the prep I am. I just rolled on up. Hello. Who do we got here? Mark, Mike, David, Ray, Phil, Jason. I ate your waffles. Expat Dreamer. Hello. After missing last week due to a book signing, I'm apparently miraculously early today. A book signing? What book signing were you attending? Anybody we all read that we all like? Happy Monday the 13th. I looked at my notes. That's what I was supposed to start with. I'm already off script. Where's my teleprompter? Good evening, Christopher Bowers. Good evening. Oh. Stroll to the edges. We got a lot to talk about, people. A lot. Oh, here we are. How you guys doing? You got your leprechaun wishes ready for the St. Patty's Day? Most of those leprechaun wishes are just for hangover cures, usually. Look at this. Loading the duff bucket. Hello, Russell. Good to see you. Happy Monday the 13th to you as well. I'm glad. So we got books to talk about. Lots of books. That's the other book. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stand up for a second. Okay. That's it. Yes. Okay. Now my prep is underway. Now my prep is well and truly underway. I'm not going to apologize for that short I did. I'm not. It's not. You're never going to get one. So I had fun. I had too much fun doing it. So the Michael Sisko collection sold out quick. Yes, but it was for those who don't know, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this. There's a differences in way publishers behave. So if you're new to collecting or you're new to a publisher, what one publisher does and how they behave doesn't necessarily mean they're all going to behave that way. They might, some might do shipping notices, some might not. Some might have secret pre-order links and some might just drop it in their newsletter. So last week there was a Michael Sisko collection that I had no interest in. And what Centipede Press does, what Jared does, is he announces a week out what is the title that's going to be up for sale in the next newsletter. And because it wasn't anything I cared about, I just didn't pay attention. So I looked at it. I always look at the newsletter to see if there's any surprises in there. I read it. I'm like, oh, this is all pretty interesting. I think I might have taken a couple of notes. I don't know. Not really. And then there's going to be an art book next week that I'm not entirely interested in. So top of the morning to you. And so Aaron Gobralis. But they did the thing, and it was a small print run, only 300 copies, and it was a cheap book. Not cheap. I mean, there's cheap, but then there's... So it was a $75 book, and it's only a 300 copy print run, and it sold out in 25 minutes, and there were a lot of people that were like, like, if I don't want a book, but it sells out in 25 minutes, then I'm thinking, I was asleep. Everybody wanted this book. Well, not necessarily. It could have had 350 copies and still been available. There were just 300 people that wanted it, and that's a small print run. But that was an unexpected thing. I think I'm a little too bright in here. Should I turn the light down? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I bought the Sisko collection on Jared's View. Yes, that sold super quick. Um, yeah, Jared can get me to buy a book I don't want, or he used to be able to do that, and that's what he did for the Cipher. I had no and Alligator. And there was one other book that he talked about a lot. He talked up. It worked with Blind Sight and Echoproxia. It totally worked for that because those two books were amazing. Although I didn't read Echoproxia yet, but Blind Sight was amazing. I actually read the first paragraph of Echoproxia, and it was one that just kind of pulled me in. Let's Go Play at the Adams. I wanted Let's Go Play at the Adams before Jared was going to do it, just for that curiosity element of why it was so expensive on the secondary and why Amazon was charging $200 for it. And it really felt like a taboo, sort of ultra violent, borderline censored book. When they censor something, you want to read it more. So that was the curiosity for me. And then when Jared was going to do it, I'm like, oh, well, there's my opportunity. And so reading it, it was a great book. It was a really brilliant book. So, but there was one that was totally blind to me, totally and absolutely blind. Maybe it was Alligator or the Cipher, one of those two that I'm like, well, you sold me, my man. You sold me. I thought it would at least last a day. 25 minutes was faster than I expected. The unsigned are gone now too. Love Cisco. If you have not tried him, I would suggest the Divinity Student. Interesting. Eleanor Catton, I didn't see this. She wrote The Luminaries and has a new book out. Oh. Oh, okay. All right. So that's who you went to the signing for. Very cool. I've never heard of her. But thank you for educating me on new authors. New authors to me. To me, what if I just did the whole thing like this and I just talked as it went slowly down? I'm going to watch that back and go, why did you do that? I watch all these back, and every single minute I'm like, why did you do that? What are you doing? So we're going to check with the Magic Duff Bucket. I've been kind of putting this off because it's very bittersweet. That would be ASMR. Now, Scully's got the AMSR on lock. Scully's House of Thrillers. Check it out for a Sunday treat. Every Sunday, you're going to get a Sunday treat from Scully. Scully's House of Thrillers. That is on the short list of channels you should subscribe to if you're a fan of this channel. CP did a 5-volume Cisco box set years back. Yeah. Hello, Jason. Yeah, there's a lot from Centipede that I missed out on. So we're going to do this. It's bittersweet. It's the Duff Bucket. He likes to be here on the lives. And it is my very final Jeff Word Stout. They're not going to ever be called Jeff Word Stouts anymore. The Stout and the Fury is what they will be known as. But I'll always remember this. You know what? You can delete things from Twitter. You can erase things from the internet. But you know what you can't erase? These words written here on this can. Sure, you could break into my house and risk death at my hands to get this can and erase it from history. But sorry, Mitch. This proves I was once one of the greats. And I had a can. It's not Mount Rushmore, but it's Mount Rushmore to me. I have my name on this can. 10 minutes late. And in day 8 of COVID, but I'm here. Oh, Ron. Oh, sorry, you got the Rona. Do they call it the Rona anymore? They did it when it was hip and new. I'm so sorry. I hope you are well. I hope you are not. This is live. This is live. This is the sort of thing that's a proof of life. Well, I hope you're well, Ron. Hope you're not driving anywhere. I'm so sorry. I sure wouldn't open that. Well, I'm opening it because I'm licking the can too. It's one of 16 caffeine-free Jeff Ward Stout. That means it's made with it's an imperial stout with vanilla, no coffee. That's why it's, it's what it is. Okay. I hope you are starting to feel better by now. Yeah, I hope he is too. I'm glad I have a Jeff Ward Stout can. You got to save it. If it's written on there, it's a collectible. It's a collectible item. I kicked it. Patty's here. Hi, everyone. This is my first time to get to join live. Yay! Hello. Good to see you, Patty. Welcome to the channel. You got me to see me lick a can. I don't know. You'll never be the same. You've lost it. Duff abuse. I know. I officially am sorry to the Duff bucket. That's all I can do. That is all I. Better than the first few days. Just lingering and annoying stuff. Yeah, that's the worst. That is the worst. I think this light is too bright. I don't really know. I'll be messing with it all night probably. Yeah, I'm so sorry. My wife threw the other can away by mistake. Oh, Ethel, I'm coming to be with you, Ethel. The can got thrown away. Yeah, I kept a bunch of them, probably more than I should. I'm a late, but now I'm here. Now we can party. Well, I'm glad you didn't put an A between the T and the Y and hyphenate and a hyphen between the R and the T. Because you're too young for partay. No more Jeff Ward Stout, and the Magic Duff Bucket took a dive. I think the Magic Duff Bucket died from grief. That was what happened with that. Since it was kicked, that would be like kicking the bucket. Yep. That's Elizabeth. That's Elizabeth. Wait a second. What? That's Elizabeth from the book signing? Oh, why did I yell? Why did I yell? I'm looking up. Oh, no. Elizabeth. Okay. All right. What do we got to talk about? What do we have to talk about? I will say there's so many things in the book situation in the Elizabeth, Sanford and Son. I'm coming, Elizabeth. I don't know. I'm you old fish-eyed fool. That was television. Sanford and Son was television. That was television. Now they don't give it to the writers, the screenwriters. They give it all to special effects folks, and then they get actors to read wooden lines. No, man, Red Fox, Sanford and Son. You old fish-eyed fool. Damn, that was television, Jill. That was television. You could do so much more with one room of one junkyard house than you could with all the motion capture doohickeys taped to somebody in a green room. What? Am I talking about Flash? What about Flash? Oh, Flash. With Gavin Gusto, whatever the guy's name is. Yeah, if you get a chance, go look at the behind the scenes filming of The Flash for the WB, where and you got to give them credit. These are grown ass adults doing make believe in pajamas. When you see them without all the special effects, these are adults doing make believe in pajamas. And you realize what they need to pull that off, and they can't do it just on acting. And I do have mad respect for Christian Bale. My understanding, and I never saw the movie, so I guess you could say my respect has limits, but Christian Bale said he would do the third Terminator or the fourth Terminator, whatever Terminator Christian Bale was in. You know, the one where he's like, "Are you trashing my lights? Are you trashing them? Or you want me to trash your lights?" Anyway, he said, "I will do the movie if you could make it work on a stage with no CGI, no special effects. Like, make the story work as if it were a play on a stage. I will do it." because he wanted to make sure they paid attention to story and character and plot and all the things that make storytelling the magic we love as readers. And I don't know if he pulled it off. I don't know if he got them to do what he wanted them to do, but I respect that he did it. But then he got the paycheck. So either he sold himself out or they actually did what he wanted. Want me to trash your lights? Go look that up. I'm giving you guys homework. I don't know if you guys are writing this down. You got to look up The Flash without special effects and Christian Bale Freak Out remix. it's older than the internet almost, it seems. The Honeymooners. That was TV. Spousal abuse. Yes. Certainly worse things to do than quarantine in my office and share a couple hours with you all. I don't know. Well, these fine folks, but with me, when time is precious, you really, I don't know. Got them all on good old DVD. Nice. That's television. Guess who? Pizza Draft's here. Did you bring any pizza? You big dummy. Grady. Oh, man. That was just, you felt like you knew these people. They were in your home through a little window, and they were very small people, but you felt like they were in your lives. Great television. And then we got like Facts of Life. Started to lose it right around Facts of Life, right around there. Maybe not. I don't know. What was in the Duff Bucket? Are you all out of Rapture? I am not all out of Rapture. I have Pleasure Gardens. I have Journey into the Night. Now, Mitch, was it ever called Journey into the Darkness? Or am I just is that the Mandela effect? Was I in another universe where it was called Journey into Darkness? Or is that just the Joseph Conrad book? Or was it always Journey into the Night? And I don't know. But I think I think it was. But I don't know. I think Journey into Darkness. I don't know. Oh, Stephen Wayne Allison Jr.'s here. I better talk about books now. Star Wars Christmas special. Watch it, sucker. Yes. No, that was the Terry effect. Last Jeff Ward Stout. Yes, this is my last. It's not just my last Jeff Ward Stout. It's my last Jeff Ward variant. And we had a tearful goodbye. Some people claimed I shouldn't open it, but I'm like, you know what your friend wants you to do? Your friend wants you to rip them open and drink their insides. So that's what I did for my friend. The journey has always been into the night, never into darkness, and you call yourself a fan. I gotta say, I think it was Journey into Darkness in a different universe. Do you know that people don't believe there's a Mandela? They believe the Mandela effect, where a group of people all misremember the same thing, is because somewhere along the line there was a transition to a different universe, and that is no longer true, but it used to be. That's why all kinds of people remember it that way, but it wasn't really true. So, how are you all in this universe? Am I any less anxious in this universe? I'm hoping to find that one and finally find my way home. Wait, is Scott Bakula in my body? Do you ever worry about that? You ever wake up one morning and think, oh my gosh, is Scott Bakula in my body? Where do the people go when Scott Bakula jumps into their bodies? Can't do that this time, this year, in this day and age. Oh, now you got to look up Quantum Leap. I got hair in my mouth. Is that something you say out loud? Live? Okay. What do we say? Steven, didn't you say recently you preferred Don't Fear the Reaper to Chainsaw? I think he said that. I do think he said that somewhere. Everyone in chat experienced the Mandela effect last episode with the crack. Everybody remembered it. And now I notice Hans isn't here. I hope Hans doesn't feel like I was picking on him with that short. I just had to set the record straight. There was no crack. I played the tape back. It's like it's going to be bigger than the Kennedy assassination, which we have all the documentation. They just won't let it out, you know? There was no crack, but was there a second shooter? Was there a drive-by crack? And maybe that was in the other universe. And by the way, welcome, Tyler. E.T. phone home. Ha ha ha. That is a Mandela effect thing because it's really E.T. home phone. Does that mess you up? The Mandela effect weirds me out. I specifically remember Sinbad's movie Shazam. Oh, I think we're in a universe that no longer has a Sinbad. I don't think he exists anymore. Not in this one. I replaced Sinbad. Okay. Good evening, host and everyone. Hello, strong mom. Hello, and good evening to you. Glad to see you here. Yes, and I stand by every word I ever said. Well, good for you. And that is the way to be. If you're right, stick to your guns. If you're wrong, stick to your guns. Good evening, friend. Yes, I preferred Reaper over Chainsaw. Petty is like, what the heck? I am so sorry, Patty. I am so sorry. Like, Luke, I am your father. No, that's impossible. There's so many Mandela effects out there. You old fish-eyed fool. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was you old, I don't know. You old pee-filled pool. Maybe that was the real thing and we all remembered it wrong. Pee-filled pool. So I'm about 1/3 into Don't Fear the Reaper, and I'm not having that experience so far. The ending of Chainsaw was my least favorite part of the book, and Reaper seems to be leaning heavily on that ending, which I guess makes sense for a sequel. Interesting. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. These are all books. It's amazing how you can read a book. Two people can read a book and have two different experiences. Wait, didn't the Beanie Babies used to be baby beanies? Doo-doo-doo-doo. I got looked at. That if I ever get stopped cold, I got looked at. And it's like deer in the headlights. And I think someday you're going to see me doing this talk and I'm going to freeze up and then a snowball's going to hit me in the side of the face live on camera. That was a joke. Yes, it's a joke. I understood baby beanies. Some people could wear baby beanies. So CD has shipped my hardcover Gothic, and I've yet to receive a notification for Dark Regions Press Malorie. I heard somebody was hooting and hollering that they got their Malorie numbered edition, and I have DRP right here on the list. Got Offspring. Did I show it? You saw it, right? I showed you all. Do I have to get that back out? I showed it to you, right? Oh yeah, I have it. If you want to see it, I'll show it to you. I showed it to you though. And Malorie was right behind it, but I'm gonna have to wait now for Malorie because I got the lettered. So I got to wait for them to build the coffin it comes in. How about this? A lettered edition of Unbury Carol that comes in a coffin. Dudes. You know? That would be bonkers. Maybe RJ Honeykey can make a coffin, tray case. But yes, CD has shipped the hardcover Gothic, the controversial hardcover Gothic that was sprung upon everyone at the 11th hour. And they pulled it from the website. Now it's back up. So you can go buy the hardcover one. It is author approved. Is there a bell? Yeah. Do this in remembrance of me. That's actually in the book Gothic, so that line. So it's actually tangentially related. So It is an approved author, approved book. It is up to his standards. He's quite happy with it. And that's all the man needed to do, was to approve it. He wanted to approve the product. He wanted to make sure that when he goes to a book signing, people are bringing up nice books that he approves of. So that's being shipped, and I'm stoked about that. I got my shipping notice. So yeah. No, producer Jill's going to grab you off stage with a cane. That's Sandman Sims, right? Showtime at the Apollo. I used to watch that every week. I did. Right after Saturday Night Live, I'd let the TV play because the TV told you what to watch. And it said, Jeff, we're watching Amateur Hour at the Apollo, and Sandman Sims may or may not approve. And wow, some of those acts, damn. Sandman Sims was a salty individual. I got my Malorie shipping notice. Nice. Coffin with the bell. Yes. Don't spoil it though, Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. I think RJ has enough on his plate. I cannot, in good faith, recommend him as long as he still owes me my shelf. I don't know what happened to RJ Honeykey, but he kind of fell off a cliff, and I hope he's okay. He was starting to do lives. He was starting to interview people. We had a collab on this channel, and I think that ruined him. I think that did him in. I think I'm poison, you know? I think he said there was too much ass crack. It's too much. On Pop Lit Tangent, anybody read Peter Heller, The Dog Stars, his best, etc., other than Celine? I've loved all his books. I'm finally reading his second novel, The Painter. God, it's good. Never heard of Peter Heller. Never heard of him. I mean, I might have heard of a title he wrote if it became a movie and became famous in some capacity, but I don't know that name. Gone to See the Riverman was of the chain. Everyone needs to read it soon. Was off the chain. That's what you meant to say. Was of the chain. I actually got Gone to See the Riverman from our good friend Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. And it's on my shelf here. Now, I don't know if you could see, but this shelf here, this shelf starts my TBR. So I've organized my shelving, this shelf and this shelf. These are my TBRs. And A Cold Place for Dying and Gone to See the Riverman are there. And Gone to See the Riverman is up higher because of comments like David's. I wonder when VJ Books will ship the hardcover Gothics. I ordered mine from there. They are probably, I don't know. I mean, they probably have the stack of signature sheets from our boy Philip Fracassi. And they have to get the books from Cemetery Dance. They do save themselves time by not having to apply Mylar to them. VJ applies Mylar to all the books they sell. So they have to get the book and then paste in the signature sheet. But I'd imagine in the next few weeks, I don't know. I'm not John or Virginia there. So I don't know. That's the V and the J. So I don't know. Little 7-second delay there. Gonna let that joke just simmer on out. Just fade on out. Regain control of myself and get back into it. So I'd imagine a few weeks. I've never heard of that author. Yeah, he's splatter. He's like, I don't know that I've ever read anything that I would qualify as splatter. Gory as hell. Well, that might be my entree into extreme horror. Christopher Triana gets a lot of play in the extreme horror world. Triana is better than most. Is he better than Matt Shaw? Matt Shaw feels like just a churn and burn kind of extreme horror guy. Yes, gory, but it is so good. Gone to See the Riverman. Jill, am I too bright? Is this too bright? Jason, varied plots and themes. Best. The Dog Stars is his take on the apocalypse. But expect feel-good emotions. The Painter is a novel about. I mean, is it too hot? I don't know. What's. Ooh.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's better.
Why don't you turn this on?
No, because then that'll be like Casper the Friendly Ghost.
No, because it's different type of light.
Well, go ahead, watch. We're gonna do this. No. I think the problem is I have to look at my screen anyway, and I'm getting. That's fine. I'll allow it. The River and the Glide and the Guide are a thriller and a sci-fi thriller, respectively. Okay. What about Paul Miller's comment on the Tyler Jones book I got from Thunderstorm? I smell an Earthling Tyler Jones coming sometime. Yes. Yes, you don't know that? You don't know that? Look, hey, kids, let's go check out Jeff's TBR pile. This is like if we were in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, I'd be going to the cabinet where I keep the clay. Not the dirty, nasty secrets cabinet, the clay cabinet. So this is my TBR shelf, as I said a moment ago. And this is the next Halloween series book, which I will read for you all. Not live. Should I do it live? Should I just do it one where I read the book out loud to you? I'm never going to do that, but it's Midas by Tyler Jones. And I got the Ark, and I'm going to read it and have a review before Halloween. And this will be my third year doing that. 2 years ago, it was Boys in the Valley. And then it was Marla. And now it's Midas by Tyler Jones. My work is done here, Jason. Yes, story time with Beef Daddy. Tell me another one, Beef Daddy. That'll be like of an audience and story time with Beef Daddy. Tell me another one, Beef Daddy. That's how jingles are born. Y'all need to get more Jonathan Moore in your lives. I see what you did there, Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. Anyway, speaking of the Halloween series books, this isn't even up for order yet, but if you go to the Earthling website, you'll see under forthcoming Midas by Tyler Jones. And underneath that, it says, we're waiting for Jeff to tell you what to think about this book. So, okay, so let me just tell you what the spec says. A big dark horror book about gold, death, cults, a house that never stops growing, transformation, and the unstoppable motion of time. Oh, I could stop time. If you ever want to slow down time, just microwave some popcorn. There's your hack. Life hack number 12. Your Brain on Books is here. Hello, Baron. Good to see you. Good to see you. So speaking of Halloween series books and arcs that get destroyed, look what Beef Daddy got in the mail today. I'm going to do a little Instagram thing, a little reel, little YouTube short about this book. This is the Torn Nightfire arc for Boys in the Valley. And damn, I am stoked. It's a very rare book that you feel renewed excitement when another edition is coming out and you're like, I need to reread it. Isn't that wild? Like, I read it, loved it, and I read it as an Earthling arc, and then I got the hardcover, and now it is going to be a trade release. I hope you all have it ordered wherever you order your books. I don't remember if VJ put it up yet. I don't think they did. But it comes out in July, I believe. July of 23, July 11th. I don't know. I should know that as your spokesperson. July? Somebody could fact check me. But look at that. Oh. And then the Orbit book, the UK book, will be coming out as well very soon. The cover reveal. Did he reveal? He revealed it. He revealed it. He revealt it. Oh, yes. Philip walks into the room. I heard the scotch. Scotch over ice? Scotch on the rocks? I don't know, Philip. Never had a scotch with you. But we're going to change that in August, aren't we, Philip? Audio coming. Hello, Philip. Yes, this is a beauty. It is a beauty. From Macmillan on release date. Audiobook. Okay. I haven't yet read any of your books. Where would you recommend? Okay, US is yes, July 11th. UK is July 13th. What I would recommend you could start with Boys in the Valley. It's the one I started with, and I was instantly hooked. I'm like, this, it's a book that reminds you about why you love to read. It's a book that reminds you of why you loved horror. So if you started reading horror like I did with Stephen King, you've been craving those wavelengths the whole time. There are some people who have a hard time graduating from Stephen King because the water's just perfect in a Stephen King ocean. And I'll tell you, same temperature, same wonderful textures, wavelengths, vibes, everything. You could start with Boys in the Valley. You could also start with Gothic. Gothic is a little darker, but also a little, I guess I couldn't call it darker. There are parts of Boys in the Valley are pretty damn dark. For me, Boys in the Valley had more of the stand good versus evil. Not the stand, the book, the stand, but what the stand means is there's a stand of good versus evil. Where Gothic feels more like what evil does if it has human playthings. There's not like a stand going on in that book. It's really cool. So if you want more of the traditional stand against evil, good guys fighting bad guys, go with Boys in the Valley. But if you want something dark and a lot of fun, balls to the wall fun, go for Gothic. Gothic. I guess that's how a Canadian would say it. Gothic. The orbit cover is so damn awesome. Sweet. August TBR is starting to look nice. Nicey spicy. My books vary pretty widely, but I'd say A Child Alone with Strangers, which is a big novel that came out last November. I will be doing a Child Alone with Strangers giveaway on Books of Horror if I'm allowed by Hans, who isn't here tonight. So he may be mad at me. I don't know. I do want to do. I had planned on giving away a first edition Child Alone with Strangers to just some rando. You got to subscribe, but if you're here, you're probably subscribed. You know what I'm saying? And I'll do a giveaway video and I'll post it on Books of Horror, and maybe get a signed book plate from the Philip. That's what he wants to be called now that he's super famous. The Philip. He doesn't want to be called that. I'm halfway through A Child Alone with Strangers, loving it. You love it, and you'll love it, and then you love it more. And there are elements. I'm telling you, every time I think about that book, I think about a different part of it, and it evokes a different sort of memory. Like I keep thinking of how part of it felt like Nightmare on Elm Street, in a weird way, in a not a spoilery way. Like I didn't spoil anything, but there's a part that felt like it. Love that book, man. Love it. Midas, Fable / Folklore. The Brothers Grimm with elements of King's Pet Cemetery. Carlo Collard's Pinocchio and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Jones has crafted his own Frankenstein's monster. Can't wait to read it. I do scotch with 2 rocks. You should have a shirt that says, I got your rocks right here. I got your rocks right here. I appreciate the recommendations. Good. Oh, that's from Goodreads. Thank you, Ron, for being a producer. I didn't mean anything. Didn't mean nothing. There was a great review on Books of Horror today of A Child Alone. Perfect review. Nice. Jeff, I've never purchased anything from Centipede. Trying to get Cold Moon Over Babylon that says it was going up for order a month ago. Is that the norm for them? So here's what you do. Jared is very informal and loosey-goosey with the books he wants to do, but he is beholden to the printers and the timeline of getting the books to him. So he gets the rights, he designs, gets the artists, and bundles it all, sends it off. And then whenever the publisher, the printer gets it to him, is when he will take the orders for it. So a lot of times you'll see wait, first of all, Baron, are you subscribed to his newsletter? That is key to success. Number one, subscribe to Jared's newsletter, and he usually says a week out what's going up for sale next week. Cold Moon Over Babylon wasn't it. It was the art book. There's a big art book that's going to go up this Sunday. So do you just have to be subscribed to the newsletter. But he is loose with what he expects to get in, and he gives you estimates. But until he says this is up for sale next week, no need to panic. You always got a week's notice. But I will say, so if this Sunday he sells this art book and he says forthcoming titles, he usually has a part in the newsletter that says that. And he says Cold Moon Over Babylon, Michael McDowell next week is going to go up. And it's a book you want. Be sure you're there at 11:30 Eastern AM Sunday. Because when that newsletter drops is when the link goes live. And there is no favoritism. He has subscribers who have committed, again, somewhat informally, is my understanding, to buy every one of his books. He has them, they get automatic dibs, but everybody else is, he does some wait lists for some books like Dune. And I have asked him in the past, but he's stopping that practice. He's not going to do a wait list, I don't think. So anyway, that's my advice to you. Just make sure you subscribe and be on top of it. It's 11:30 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday when his newsletters drop. So the books of horror is a Facebook group, Martin. But of course, Martin, I'm going to do a video, and you'll be definitely able. So I'm going to share the video on books of horror, but it'll be a YouTube giveaway video where I give away. I have, where is it? There's my Fracassi shelf right behind me, and right next, 2 doors down from King. But I have 2 first edition and beautiful mint condition Child Alone with Strangers, and I've gotten Philip Fracassi to agree to do a book plate to the winner. So it'll be a signed first edition. And it's very kind of him. I read Blurb Midas, really enjoyed it, says Philip Fracassi. And if Philip Fracassi recommends, Potato is a devil, lucky devil. Jared's timelines are very loose up until the week before. Yeah. That's what I said. He's so informal, man. He's just loosey-goosey. He's a great guy. He's very accessible. If you email him, he'll often email back. Even if you're a book hypochondriac like me. Brian, if you want any chance of getting a book on release day of Centipede, I 1,000 suggest you sign up for the newsletter. Yeah. So great tips. Thanks, amigo. Great. No, I'm glad. I mean, if it's a book you really want, I think it's going to be a book that's in decent demand. A lot of people got the Blackwater set from Centipede. They're going to want to get a matching number, perhaps. So Cold Moon Over Babylon. I have the Valancourt book, and it's in my TBR section, but this is not one I'm gunning for. Martin, it's a waste of time. That used to be a Stephen Dwayne Ellison Jr. You really think Books of Horror is a waste of time? Really? I don't have that bad vibe with them. I like them. And I think you have to email Jared to be placed on newsletter. Yes, you have to email Jared. You have to go to the Centipede Press website and then click contact. There's no sign up for our newsletter. There's no form to fill out. You don't submit your email and then you get the newsletter. You have to email him. And in the subject line, I'm not saying this is even that formal, but I would put newsletter and then Hey, can you please sign me up to your newsletter? Thank you, Jared. I really like what you do, despite what the Jeff Word says about you. He's an ass, and he shows it on his channel. I would do all that word for word. And then you'll have to show up, and he's going to give you a new identity, and you'll be living somewhere in a vacuum shop for about a month, a vacuum repair shop. I'm looking forward to Babylon as well. Loved Elementals and very much enjoyed Blackwater. I got to read Blackwater. I got the Sun Top. If it is a Facebook, I have no interest. Thanks. Well, I mean, social media, YouTube included, social media is where evolution needs to go back. We need to reset, man. I'm getting Messiah. No. Oh, are you getting Messiah? I thought you were telling me I was getting. No, I didn't get a link. And producer Jill won't let me read Dune. So, why would I get Messiah when I haven't even read June? I don't know. Oh, you and I are going to read Dune in June. Or we got to have a review up in Dune. So maybe we'll read it in May. Yeah, well, get on it. So no, I'm not getting Dune Messiah. It's a $575 book. I got a ton of good recommendations there. Yeah. Darren's here. Hello, Darren. I'm glad to see you can make it. Glad. I'm wearing the shirt of your next door neighbors, those Irish. They're like a state over, right? I mean, over there in Europe, it's like you have a country and then it's right next to another country that's sandwiched between other countries. And here we have states. Every state's like its own country. I'm in the volunteer state myself. And I came here voluntarily. You can call me voluntary. Huh? When I was born, my mom thought I was stillborn and she was going to name me Sema. That's dark. I know that's dark. But then I was breathing. And then the doctor said, well, there goes nothing. And everybody's hated me ever since. All done with 11/22/63? No, I'm at the very end. I'm not done. It's taken me all of February and most of March. I gotta say, man, it got bloated. Everybody loves that book, and I really liked it. I did like it a lot. I like it a lot. Feel like I'm hedging. But there are some parts where it gets tear jerky, and I'm like, I don't know. There's nothing like Classic King. And I think some of this stuff, he's too indulgent. Like, no editor is going to tell him, okay, cut this part out, or this is kind of bloated, or, you're kind of going into like soap opera territory. Like, can we just streamline a little bit? And then he's like, I'm Stephen King, bitch. And then everybody's like, okay, well, we're going to have multi-million-dollar, so we better just shut up. It's King, Chismar's over there holding him up, like, no, we're going to get all his minions upset with us. Just publish it. It's probably like what the editor has underneath every, on their cubicle, if they go to a cubicle, or in their office on their whiteboard. And the rule is, when it comes to King, just publish it. Just shut up. Get it out the door. Kill some trees. No, you didn't really. Hans is here. Yes, I feel good now. Hans is here. You kind of missed some rants. I don't know. I didn't really read it all. But I will. I don't know. Oh, you're not so late, Kyle. There, you could just replay it. You could just replay it all. I'm glad to see you here, though. Jeff, do you know Dune is like one of the greatest books ever written? Like one of the greatest? I'm sure I will love it, but I don't have during a brine freeze. It's like a brain freeze with an accent, right? Brine freeze. I got a brine freeze. No, I'm not trying to say I have a Southern accent now. But I don't have $575 to drop on a book, Dune Messiah, right now or later. Because of your hints on next Brian James Freeman Levidian book, I signed up for his Patreon. The forthcoming title does sound really good. That will probably sell out real quick. I know, I have Manos. I'm glad you signed up on his Patreon. Brian James Freeman is one of the last saints in publishing. There are 5. Jared Walters, Paul Suntup, Paul Miller, Paul Fry, Brian James Freeman. Bam! They make a fist, and it's a mighty fist of entertainment and books. And it will punch you in your happy place. So I don't even know what I'm going to say next. I'm like a viewer, just like you guys. I don't know what that guy's going to say. He's wearing a Lucky shirt. I don't know. Who is he? Yes, it looks awesome and it's going to sell out fast. And I have a buying freeze. So that is one book. He shared pictures of the Ark for the Levidian's next upcoming title. And oh my gorb. Oh, that is one book I desperately want. But you know what? You got to say, just make it through the storm, Jeff. You whisper, I am the storm. Okay. Any thoughts on Curious King? I know fantasy isn't your jam, but they are making some beautiful editions. Fantasy, it doesn't mean it's not my jam. I just haven't jammed with the right fantasy. I'm going to read Lord Fowl's Bane. And like I said before, I think Necroscope is fantasy, especially if you just jump to the 3rd book in the series, The Source. That's where it becomes fantasy. I loved Lord of the Rings, but that's like gateway fantasy. It's like, I love The Talisman, which is like fantasy. I do Stephen King's Dark Towers fantasy, sci-fi fantasy. So it's not that I don't like it. I don't know. I just can't play dress up. And I think that's what those books demand you do to enjoy them. You got to play dress up and you got to talk in the high speech. Oh, I am verily disappointed. In some books, not all of them. I'm not judging anybody that likes it. Trust me. But Curious King is doing the Blade itself, and I want that book. I'm actually supposed to be getting a standard edition because I did a giveaway for them on this channel. So I'm going to reach out to Anthony. I don't think it's been published yet, but so yes, Curious King and Grim Oak Press, Baron. If you like fantasy, you should be on Grim Oak Press and Midworld Press, actually. But Grim Oak Press should be your jam as well. Told you, Jeff, kind of overrated. Just okay for me. I really like it. I really love the premise. I'm going to do a review, so I'll give you my full thoughts then. But just parts get just cheesy. I loved it, but yes, it had a middle that kind of dragged. The portion before and after were wonderful, though. Yes, I'm getting back to the wonderful part. 1122 is at heart a love story, but it is a very good one. I'm sure it is. And yeah, I see. I'm not bashing it. So they haven't made anything yet. I'm excited for their first law, but I'm already concerned they're putting the cart before the horse. I know it's tough. It is tough. Not a good look. I know, but they're starting out, and they're eager, and it's a weird world we're in. I'll be glad to get some Curious King books in hand. I know. And you, Tim, you got one of the books another book I desperately want. I just didn't spring for it. I have 2 artist editions of Butcher Boy, but this guy was selling over in the UK artist editions of Butcher Boy that are signed by Patrick McCabe and remarked by David Lupton. Oh, I don't know if he has any left. They were 200 pounds. And I just said, I just can't do it. I have all these books. And as much as I would love another, an artist edition signed by Patrick McCabe and remarked, I have an original piece of David Lupton art that I cherish. I have the lettered edition. I just had to draw a line. But then Tim goes and gets one. I never told you. I know, because it was 200 pounds. That's like $220 plus shipping from the UK. Oh, I wanted it so bad, but I just. Anyway, and then Tim gets it. And he's like rubbing my nose in it. No, I'm just kidding. I really hope their quality is up to the hype. I believe it is. Curious King did do the rebind of Ready Player One. So if you want to see what they can pull off, boom. So this, it's like when Paul Suntop did Dragon Rebound and was rebinding all those Stephen King books, and then he did Suntop editions. So which publisher is selling Dune? Oh, it's sold. That was Centipede Press. You've seen mine, I hope. It's up there on the shelf. I can't get it because then I'll show ass crack. Brian and Jared need to change their names to Paul. The 5 Pauls, yes. Well, there are 2 other Pauls. Paul Michael Caine, awesome, excellent guy, but he doesn't publish. And then Paul Goblersh from Thunderstorm. So there's the other Pauls. Speaking of Paul Fry, I got my 67th SST book today, and I was a little dinged. Not going to complain to him, though. Oh, yeah, it's rough, man. He needs to take his easy. He needs to take his easy. That new Levidian book is going to be dope. It is. That new Levidian book is going to be hot. Hot. Jeff's kiss. Mwah. Mwah, mwah. Because Jill told me no. So I did it 2 more times. That Levidian book is going to be the bomb. And I don't even have a copy of that book. A trade edition even. I had a paper. I got a paperback of it though. Do I? But no, I don't. I don't even have that book in any form on my shelves. And it looks gorge. It looks gorge. Or as the kids say, dope. CP did Dune and have Messiah coming. Yeah. Messiah. All right. Where are we at? Huzzah, producer Jill. We are drinking a Jeff Ward Stout, and I'm nursing it, as my friends would say, from the south side of Chicago. South side! They would go, yo, you want me to put a nipple on that beer? Huh? You drinking like you're nursing a beer. Because they were like, bam, because the south side, Chicago, at the south side Irish pubs, it's quantity over quality. Same with the humans. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just joking. I hope they get the First Law trilogy completed first if they implode. They're not imploding, I don't think. I think I found a 1-1 of the latest Levidian just a couple of days ago for $11. I mean, I'm sure you could. That's a sick thing, you know? That's a sick. I got to go to McKay's. I have the Folio Society Ellie of Dune, and CP will have to go some to outdo that. Oh, well, yeah, no. Well, the LE Folio Society limited edition of Dune is pretty sweet, but Jared wins hands down. It's like me going up against Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's going to lose. King definitely sticks the landing with 1122. Yep. Keep reading 1122. There are some big twists. Oh, yeah. One of them was spoiled by Zach, who I'm going to talk about. We'll talk about Zach in a minute. I got my remarked Hannibal back from Jason, and it is superb. Oh, I can't only imagine how awesome that is. I have a remarked Red Dragon from Jason Malorie, and it's stupid gorge. Stupid gorge. Tim gets all the good stuff. I know, don't he? Jeff can show you the CP edition, my personal opinion only, but I don't think Folio's comes close. Though I do love Weber's. Sam Weber's great. I will say, listen to me. I have a video, Darren, unboxing Centipede Press's Dune somewhere. With the 40% discount, Butcher Boy was, oh, I didn't know there was a 40% discount. Oh, oh, I didn't know. What? Oh, wait, maybe I did. I just, you know what? I think I did might have known. Maybe, perhaps. I think yes, because I think I went there recently when I thought it would be cheaper. I'm like, I can't even. Oh, I can't even do it at that. And as much as it pained me, but I have a lettered Butcher Boy to blot away my tears, I guess. But that's still a hell of a something to have. And I do feel like incomplete. Like when you get to the bottom of the tube of Pringles and you thought there was one more, but there wasn't one more. And then you're like always craving that Pringle, that potato crisp made from like real potato powder. And you're never going to have it. And I still, to this day, I have like a tube's worth of Pringles in my want list. And you know the irony? I can eat another tube of Pringles and that won't go away. And what happens if I get to that end of that tube and there's no Pringle there? I have not read the next Levidian release yet. I may gently read the arc when it comes. Oh, that arc is gorgeous. And Martin, I'm jealous that you are at that tier of the Patreon subscription level. I was looking at those other tiers. One was $100 a month. One was $90 a month. And you know what? The sad thing is, Brian James Freeman is delivering multiples of value over what those people are spending. That's awesome. It's terrific. It's torturing the Jeff word. No Botuber battle. No, that's just me and Zach, and he doesn't even know he's having a battle with me because he's got stage mom wife there melting. Like she is totally being crushed under the weight of the world. She can't handle it. I watched her, my brand, if I had to come up with a brand, would be cringe. I make you cringe. I'm awkward. I make you cringe, but they just make me uncomfortable. And it's getting darker over there on Zach's books. It's getting darker because they're making me uncomfortable. I'm now like worried for them. Like I feel like an older brother or a stepdad is like, I know you came into my life late somehow, but I care now and I'm looking out for you. And you guys are heading for a disaster. They make me uncomfortable. And they don't know how to edit out those uncomfortable parts. Like stage mom wife will look at Z-Man with like disgust and say things and correct him live. And instead of cutting the tape and doing it over, like just saying, all right, well, what did I say? What do you want? What did I say that was so offensive? What did I say, Danielle? And then redoing it, they just let it roll. And it's like, man, she owns you, Z-Man. You're not there under your own power. The Levidian book will be gone fast. People better be ready. I'm so nervous. I want it bad. Never read it. I don't know if I've read it. If I did, I read it way back in the day. But it's going to be gone fast. Well, my guess about the Levidian title is wrong if Jeff doesn't have a copy of it on his shelf. For some reason, I thought his hints were alluding to Mallerman. Wish I knew. I can say, let me just say this. I'm just going to say this. It's not a Mallerman. I could say that. I'm not telling you what book it is, but I'm just going to say it's not a Mallerman. That only limits it to like 99% other authors because Mallerman's a whole percent. all the small T's. Hello, all the small T's. Joshua. Yeah, Tim's just twisting a knife. He's like, I got him, and he's holding me up with one mighty arm, and I'm on the knife going, put me down, put me down. Don't fret too much, Jeff. You're still the only one of us who has interviewed McCabe. Oh, and what an honor. And I'm too terrified to do that again, but I wanted to do it with Pogue Mahone. And I got to read Pogue Mahone. Oh, I know. I gotta get on this. I gotta schedule interviews. I gotta do these things. But yeah, talking to Patrick McCabe, big highlight of my life and my channel. Saved your CP unboxing of Dune. I'll check it out. Okay, good. Go check it out. I hope I showed it to you well. And if you'd like to see something closer, I can show you. Lavidian is not releasing a Mallerman title, to my knowledge, at least not until 2023. At least not in 2023. I've been paying yearly for the $100 a month level for 3 years, and I'm easily getting my money's worth. No doubt about it, Martin. He is over-delivering. Evening, you talk about the no reply Kickstarter. Love their book. No, I did not. Enlighten me, Sean. I don't know about it. Martin, that $100 a month Lavidian is worth every penny. No kidding. There is one specific difference between the signed and unsigned editions of Dune, which is a bit unusual. The signed is Nabucco cloth, which feels very similar to suede. Yes. And I don't have that. I have the unsigned one. New Lavidian is Boogeyman 3 by Monte Leone and Bentley Little. Oh, did I talk about that last time? The Offspring? No. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna make sure. Okay. All right, I got a stack of stuff to get through, people. I got a stack. You know what? Jason, yes, I have both editions. Oh, wait a second. So you have it? Oh, you have the Folio. But the Dune one is different. I mean the Centipede one. All right, let me show the Centipede one. All right, Centipede one is right here. Look at this. No butt crack. I don't have a butt, so that kind of makes it easy to have no butt crack. All right, so here is the Centipede Press Dune. It's a capped slipcase because Jared said, I'll put a cap in your ass. This is a capped slipcase. Boom. It's got a blue interior. Very cool. You do? This is Dune. We're supposed to be reading it for the channel. No. If producer Jill is asking you guys to send her a copy of Centipede Press's Dune so she could read that copy, because this is the one Beef Daddy's going to be reading. Here we go. There it is. Mylar wrapped, dust jacket, top edge stain, big baby behemoth. And then what do you got? What do you got when you open it? Oh, look at that. Look at that inset image there. Double-sided dust jacket. The inside doesn't have any, they're identical. I forgot about that. No, they're not. They're not identical. Look at that. So we got, this is a beautiful baby. Beautiful end papers. I know I'm covering it up. I do it in the video. You see in the video. But it's huge. It's oversized. It has art in it, and it has art. It has words. There are a lot of words in this book, and the art is stunning. So anyway, I just, as a bibliophile, getting a chance to handle these books again, you don't really pass them up. Just kind of do it. But me and producer Jill. So here's the book I'm going to read. And unless somebody sends us a reading copy of the Centipede Press one, here's producer Jill's copy. Yeah. This is Dune. This is Dune. I've not read it yet. Quite the luxury to have a big, beautiful book like that you never read, you know? So, got to get Jeff some suspenders. Blue equals spice eyes. You should take Dune to the beach. Get some sand in it. That is pretty sweet. It's a beautiful, and you can't even imagine what it's like to have it. Like, I could show it to you, I could talk about it, I could show cheesy pictures of it, but until you feel that cloth in your hands, smell the book, look at all the artwork. The only reason I put it down is because I can't drink and drive, you know. Protected with a beach towel, wet or dry. Don't forget that was your second CP. Yes, the first one I had double the art. One image, one illustration piece of art was repeated instead of it was an error, a binding error. So Jared replaced it for me. If you sign up for Easton's Masterpieces of Sci-Fi series, you can get Jill an EP Dune for $40 and then cancel your subscription. I was going to do that for Fight Club. That's a good tip, though, Jason. That is a good tip. All right. Producer Jill says she appreciates it. But also, she noted you're not sending her your Centipede Press Dune, and she's very upset. The beauty of this, I could say whatever I want because she's never going to defend herself on film or on microphone. So I could say whatever I want. I could say the most libelous things. So yes. Yes. That's and speaking of Folio, I believe their new collection comes out tomorrow. I didn't see any hints. I saw nothing about it. That's definitely one I can't part with. Yeah, I can imagine. I haven't seen any hints. I didn't see any teases on some of the potential titles. But the Folio Society spring collection comes out tomorrow. I don't know what that means to anybody. I don't know if they're going to have a signed edition. They had Wolf's Hall last time, and that sold out. Not too fast. Thanks for the heads up, Jeff. Wasn't aware the new Folio collection was due out tomorrow. Yeah. Yes, Tuesday at about 11 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, right? Is that what that is? GMT? Or does that mean go make tea? Go make tea, Jeff. Yeah, tomorrow. Yep. So, yes, it's out tomorrow. So, aren't you excited? I'm excited. I'm tickled. But I was going to talk about this. So we were talking about Dark Regions Press. I did the unboxing and I showed it to you. It's been a bit since I found any folios to get excited about. I know. Me too. Last one was Blood Meridian. But I got this. Jack Ketchum's Offspring from Dark Regions Press. It only took them 5 years, so that's good. Well, more like 4.5. Let's not be alarmist or anything. And they did a great job. And I showed this on this channel live, and the video exists. You can go check it out. And it's a beautiful book. And again, this I thought was a superior book to the original Off Season. But damn, if one interesting thing is that it said it's signed by Mike Noble and James Beach. But if you look closely, you see there's a scribble above those two names. And who does that scribble belong to? Thomas Monteleone, who wrote the foreword. And the website from Dark Regions Press scrubbed any mention of Thomas Monteleone. So I can't really blame them for not wanting to promote that part of it and distance themselves. But it's just kind of, you can't do it now. This is the book. It's out. You know, you signed. You don't have to play it up. You don't have to say the guy's a saint, but you just say he signed. And that's who those 3 signatures are. End of story. We're not taking any more questions. Well, I am English, so T always works too. Oh, you guys are crazy for that T. I'm sure Folio would do Lonesome Dove or Double Indemnity. You didn't think I could say indemnity, did you? Everybody wants Lonesome Dove. Everybody asks Suntup to do Lonesome Dove. Everybody wants that book. I would buy a folio of Lonesome Dove. I still think they will do the Dark Tower series eventually. Yeah, they are. I think that was buttoned up. I think that was a done deal. I'm not sure, but I hope they do. I'm from Boston and I find tea rather taxing. Hans dropping the puns, Hans. He's dropping the puns on your buns, Hans. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to do. 7-second delay kicked in. We let it fade out. That's what our therapist says. You can't control what Jeff says, but you can react. You can control how you react to what Jeff says. So we do the 7-second delay. We hire very good lawyers, and we move on. So yes, Suntup release week this week. I can't wait because you know what Beef Daddy got. Showed it to you. I got this. This is a Suntup edition of Slaughterhouse 5. Here it is, Slaughterhouse 5, and I call it Slafter House because I think slaughter is just too barbaric, so I say Slafter House. I was going to open up a comedy club and call it Slafter House. I did this actually, but everybody kept killing their pigs there. And it wasn't very funny. I thought it was like edgy funny the first time somebody slit a pig's throat. And then a cow and then a lamb, etc. We had the coolest floor. It was like a grated floor. It was a metal grating. So that if you spilled your drink, it wouldn't dirty up and puddle. Slafter House. Oh, this is just an exquisite book. And yeah, I only brought this out because I thought the title was crazy and I didn't read it right. It was by Kurt Vonnegut. It was that whole thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's the title. Slaughterhouse 5, The Children's Crusade. A Duty Dance with Death by Kurt Vonnegut. A fourth-generation German-American now living in easy circumstances on Cape Cod and smoking too much. Who, as an American infantry scout, or to combat, as a prisoner of war, witnessed the firebombing of Dresden, Germany, the Florence of the Elbe, a long time ago, and survived to tell the tale, survived to tell this tale. This is a novel, somewhat in the telepathic, schizophrenic manner of Talos of the planet, manner of tale of the planet where the flying saucers come from. Peace. Like that's the whole thing. This is my cat. Where have you been, Kurt Vonnegut? Oh, you've been dead? Oh, I'm sorry. But this is my kind of cat. So now I got this book. And a lot of great people recommended this book to me. And so now I have a very great example of this book. And I cannot wait to read it. It's just beautiful. Oh, Roger Gretsch out of the UK bound it. He sure did. Dark Tower series would be juicy, especially for someone who has read and loved this series, but doesn't own it. Oh, you got to get it. I have heard a lot of hope for a Folio Dark Tower series, but nothing factual. Just that Grant has a Dark Tower as a limited edition all locked up. Huh. Yeah, but it's UK rights. So doesn't that give it a little leeway? I mean, it seems like PS is going to do every single King book eventually. So why not a PS run of Dark Tower as well? That to me right there makes a lot of sense. If their UK rights are going to go to anybody, it should be PS. I can't imagine Grant can keep it indefinitely. Besides, is Grant even a functioning publisher at this point? Well, guess what? I believe they're doing another Dark Tower book. That's like a rumor, but I've heard a rumor from very high level sources. Mostly in my imagination, but and this is why Jeff does not read on air or show his ass. Jeff, I have a spare copy of I Am Legend by Folio Society, which I'm happy to give as a gift to a member of your chat. It's in excellent condition if anyone is interested. Wow. That's awesome. I will have to work something out, Darren. Email me at jeff@thejeffword.fun. Maybe or you could pick somebody from tonight's chat. Hit up Darren. Jason, there are plenty of mass market Dark Tower book, but I'm talking limited edition. Collectors are holding on to the last signed limited King book from Grant in the hopes of one more title. Yeah. I'm sure I'd sure love that I Am Legend. It's one of my top 3 novels. Does that mean it won't be available to U.S. mailing addresses? I'm high. Is that what you meant by high level? Dibs on the I Am Legend. Well, dibs. I don't know what you guys got to do. You guys, I don't know, Darren. I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to what? Jill's getting involved now, too. I think she said she's going to win it. Yeah, keep tooting that horn. If it's anything like his last few, it would do the tower a disservice, and I will believe it when I see it. I know. I think it would, too. Well, I loved Wind Through the Keyhole. So I would welcome something like that. Wow, Darren, what a generous thing. I would love to have one of those. I don't know. Maybe you could do a random wheel and pick a winner. Okay. From tonight's chat. Okay, from tonight's chat only. I could do a wheel. Should I do it now? Wheel of names? If I get the I Am Legend, I will in turn give it away as signed. Wait, if I get the I Am Legend, I will in turn give away a signed Phil Fracassi. I've got one, so exclude me. Exclude me from the wheel. I already own that Folio I Am Legend. Oh, this is complicated. How about this? Everybody who wants to be entered, type enter me. And maybe Pizzazzo will enter you and possess you. Maybe saying enter me is not a good thing to write. I don't know. I don't have a pen. I don't have a pen, Jill. Pen Gillette. Oh, I do have a pen. It's just all the way over in another zip code. Oh, my God. No, I got a pen now. Thanks, Jill. Jesus. Tell you guys, man. Okay. All right. You know what? Okay. Here's what we got to do. We're going to go to Wheel of Names. All right. Wheel of Names. And then I'm going to pull this wheel out. All right. Now, what I'm going to do. All right. Okay. So now here's the thing. All right. Now, here's what we're going to do. I got the thing going up. All right. I got the thing going up. Now. All right. Hold on. Enter me. All right. Okay. So who wants in? Someone said sign me up. All right. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Sign me up. So Stephen Dwayne Ellison Jr. Mitch, even though he wins too much on this channel. Christopher Bowers. I'll just write C. Bowers because I can't write your whole name. All the small T's. It's Joshua Poblano. I'm just going to write Joshua Poblano.
Oh. Yeah,
I'm just putting that. Ron's in. Ron.
Patty R.
Okay, hold on. Okay, are you getting all these names? Are you getting them all? Patty R. Okay.
Right.
This is like live. This is like live. Mike wants to be in. Mike Hughes. Okay. All right. Hans, you want in?
Yeah.
Hans wants in. Okay. Okay. All right.
Wait.
Exclude me. I've got one to exclude me. Okay. Exclude me. Okay. Enter all the small keys.
Randy Burnett.
Randy's in. Does Randy want in?
Yeah, he wants in.
Okay, Randy's in. We'll put Randy in. Randy.
Mark
Kenefic.
Mhm.
Mark K. We'll just do that. Mark K. Jason, guys, do you want in? I don't remember. Big time, Philip. That chat is just super. This chat has just got super disturbing. If I don't win, I'm gonna lose my damn mind. Okay, never won. Okay. The cliffhanger spin, I'm due. I have a copy. It's phenomenal. So he's not in. Do not enter me. Dude, guys. All right. I'm gonna name the names. Use sign me in. Okay. Number 1 wants in. Number 1, you're in. So Mark, Darren wants to be in. He's the bloke from across the pond. I got Randy.
Darren, he's the one giving it away.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna hand it to himself. Free stuff. No, thank you. I have the book. Do not enter me. Taken out of context is also disturbing. All right.
Patty R.
Yeah, I got Patty R. All right. I'm gonna read the names, and if you want in and I didn't read your name, then just tell me. Just tell me. All right. So these are the people who are in, and then if I'll give you like 5 seconds to say me, I want to be in. Then after that, that's the names. Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr., Mitch, Christopher Bowers, Joshua Poblano, Ron Clinton, Patty R., Mike Hughes, Hans, Randy Burnett, Mark Kenefic, and number 1. So it's like what? 11 people.
This Lance person.
Lance, is this practice for Suntop on Wednesday? I have it already. No. Nope, this is not. Me, I want to be in. Jason McDonald. Okay. I'm just calling it Jason Mack. Oh, you Mac the knife. Okay. All right. That's it then. I'm going to do this.
Wait,
Anyone else? Last call. If I didn't say your name, Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr., Mitch, Christopher Bowers, Joshua Poblano, Ron Clinton, Patty R., Mike Hughes, Hans, Randy Burnett, Mark Kenefic, number 1, and Jason Mack. Let's do this. Darren says, let's do this. We're going to click to spin. I cannot show you. Wait, I can show you. I'll take the mic down. Take this down. Hold on a second. We can do this. Hold on. Here. Where's the wheel? Here's the wheel. You guys watching? Okay, and I got to click over to see what it looks like. All right. How does it look? Can you see the wheel? All right. Here's the wheel. Here it is. This is a spin. It's too bad. You gotta be kidding me. Are you kidding? Oh my God. Are you for real? Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. You saw that. It's not rigged. It is not rigged. Not rigged, Mark. It wasn't rigged last time. It wasn't rigged this time. You saw the names. They were right there, and it's all documented. It's videoed. Wow. Wow. Well, I'll let Darren take care of that. Wow. I mean, I'm not giving away the book. It's the generosity of Darren. So that was incredible. Impromptu giveaway. I love it. Jason Geis also did a very generous giveaway on this channel and everything. And Phil Fracassi. So I'm always grateful for the charity and generosity of others. And it is incredible. So I had no skin in the game. It's not like I'm getting any free beer from Mitch. I don't get free beer from him. Let's just be real. I did, but not. I tried to bribe him so that it would always be called a Jeff Word Stout, but I didn't have enough money. But wow, that's nuts. That is crazy. Oh my God. Rigged. This video was created earlier today. That's great because it's not possible. It is not even possible. Oh man. Hey Jeff, can you give something else away randomly real quick? Oh, that was funny. It was good. It was good entertainment. It was good entertainment. He's gonna put it up next to his Dark Man at a Mitch garage sale. Mitch garage sale. He would sell the burning Sasquatch illustration if it was worth a damn thing. Oh, that is funny. That is funny. And we're like right at 10. I didn't even get into it. I was going to plug Alter Publishing tonight. It's in the description. Philip Fracassi's very own publishing company, man. He's got shirts. I need to get an Alter shirt, Jill. We haven't gotten one yet. Alter, go check it out. It's on the Philip Fracassi website under the section store. There's a direct link in the description. Philip Fracassi, that was on deck. We did talk about Centipede. Suntup. I talked about. I didn't show you guys. This is one thing about Slaughterhouse 5. There's like a velvet lining in the slipcase. That's just Jeff's kiss. Mwah. And goat skin binding. It's nuts. This book is crazy. So Folio, DRP. Does Alter sell antique writing desks? Oh, if they did. And for those of you who don't know, Mitch won my Stephen King signed book giveaway. So that's why I'm freaking out. In case for the uninitiated here tonight. And you know what? I'll do a giveaway next week. I've got an extra signed copy of Don't Fear the Reaper. Oh, guilt gets to Mitch. Guilt gets up under his newborn skin and just crawls its way into his little brain. Does Alter sell? It's funny. Okay, I read that. Bam. There is a Gothic t-shirt. It says Unbreak My Heart on the back. That is a cool ass t-shirt. And like here Philip Fracassi is bringing that whole concert vibe back to, well, if it ever was in book collecting, but it's a mesh, you know? You go to the concert and you get the concert t-shirt. You could only get it if you saw them at the show, and then you have that cred. Well, Philip Fracassi's doing book, and I told him to do a book tour t-shirt. All the cities he's visiting for Boys in the Valley. Book tour t-shirt. It'd be like concert. I'm obviously going to rig it so I'll win. Mitch should make a new brew called Winner Winner Beer for Dinner. Mitch will win his own book here. Yeah, he'll do a giveaway, and he'll give it away to himself. Spinning wheel software designed by Mitchell. Wheel of Names. Oh, that was ridiculous. Brilliant idea. So yes, go check that out. It was a big. So I got the Gothic shipping notice. I got my Boys in the Valley, and then the Alter Publishing. Those are the 3 Philip Fracassi things, and they should be in the description. That was so cool. I'm so proud of Philip. Not that he needed me to be proud of him like I'm his dad and I taught him how to ride a bike or something. But I'm just saying, I love that move. I love that move because it's such a crazy game, this publishing game. And I think a writer with an author with the amount of talent Philip has You need to get it out there, man. All right. Good night, Mark. Well, good night. So depressed after the fix was in again. I have to go cry. I'm sorry. Ugh. And take care, Mark. Good. I'm glad you were here. Good night. Good night, all. Okay, I've Manos. Good night. So yeah, what else do I have to talk about? The Encyclopocalypse. They had an author named Christian Ferris or Christian Francis, and he asked to pull all his books off of their catalog. So Encyclopocalypse will no longer sell this author's books unless they are novelizations of movies. And so I'm wondering if anybody had any information because they weren't saying why. And I think that's a really bizarre move for an author to withdraw their books from a publisher. So anyway, I don't know if you guys saw that. So damn happy for Philip. Great dude and writes great books. No lie. No recount. It's like a 1 in 12 chance. And if you're in a 1 in 12 chance here's what I would say. If you're on a cruise ship with Mitch, he's getting the lifeboat, so if there's one seat left, you got to kill Mitch or just cut his Achilles tendon or something. Because he's going to get that seat on the lifeboat. In fact, he's probably going to get a lifeboat all to himself. Yeah. No, the fix is in. So, we talked about Centipede. Midnight Under the Big Top is coming from, take it easy, Christopher. Take it easy. I'm sorry you didn't win, by the way. Mitch Hull's got a reckoning. They're doing a Midnight Under the Big Top trade edition, if anybody has any interest in that. It was a great book. Great book. Laird Barron, you got 2 more days, and that's also in my description. You got 2 more days to pre-order The Wind Began to Howl. Laird Barron will sign them, and he will personalize them. No requests. The publisher's just going to give Bad Hand Books is just going to give him the name of the person who ordered. So it's up to him how he wants to do it. So, but it's awesome. And you got 2 more days. March 15th is the last day they'll take pre-orders. It's $14. All proceeds go to Laird Barron. He's recovering his medical issues. So I think it's a great thing to do. What's the bad editing issue? That is with Zach. Like I said, they make me uncomfortable. But if you watch their latest video, it's Come Book Shopping with Me. If they could just edit a little bit, I think they're just thinking they want to get a certain minute threshold. They want to make a video that falls within like a certain time frame, or they just don't have any self-awareness or time to edit. But there's so many things they could cut out because they're not. It always feels like Zach is talking to Stage Mom Wife and not the viewer. And in the video where she appears on camera, it is totally them just having a conversation. You just feel like you're invading. You're intruding into the room, and they're about to like you're their therapist. And like you need to intervene at some point and tell her where she's not listening and tell him where he's not listening, and then collect your fee and then tell him you'll see him next week. That's the bad editing. I think they could edit out so much of that. A book I wanted to talk about, we didn't get to, and I guess we talk about it next week, is Owen King's The Curator. See a lot of people talking about that. It's getting a lot of like good buzz, and I don't know if that's just because it's a king. He's a king, and therefore under a very long shadow, or if it's an actually great book that a lot of people like. So I don't know. The Curator. A lot of people are excited for it. They're trying to start a new trend, Real Housewives of BookTube. Well, they did ask Jill to appear. Zach and Stage Mom Wife. Yeah, they're going to do Real Housewives of BookTube.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to be on it.
Yeah.
You're going to be standing around drinking mimosas. Mimosas. I don't know. What do brunch women drink? Mimosas. Champagne and orange juice. You're going to go to brunch at that restaurant. I'm 75% through the curator. I am not impressed. Okay, see, now that's what I thought. I thought Owen King was very academic and maybe not as I still can't believe Mitch won. I'm sorry. I saw off the corner of my eye that wheel page is still up. It's very academic, and I think that gets in the way. You're not writing a thesis here. This isn't a school paper. But a lot of other people were saying it was really good, so I don't know. The curator. And then Subterranean Press is doing the Ghost Bone. Anybody have any interest in that? They announced it, The Ghost Bone by Mike Carey. The Ghost Bone. That sounds nasty. Hey, baby, it's the Ghost Bone. Little 7-second delay there. Let it ring out. Let it ring out. Let it fade away. Imagine an ocean. Imagine the tide going out. Say goodbye. So, unless anybody else has a book to give away to Mitch, I was going to talk about The Long Walk, but I think I have a video on that. But it was just like, I get the books during the week. I do the unboxings. I like to share them with you as like a mini book haul on them and kind of maybe talk about them a little more. I know there was a binding issue with this one that people were kind of peeved about. I didn't really notice it. I didn't really care. Love the book. Not a big deal. I'll give away a book next week. Okay, Hans. I won't let Mitch be on the wheel. I like Mike Carey's run on Hellblazer comics, but I've not read his novels. Oh, okay. I didn't know he did Hellblazer. Huh. I have the collection PS did that I haven't gotten to yet. Fun stream tonight, y'all. Thanks for Darren for giving the book away, and thank Jeff for rigging the giveaway again. When does that get me free beer, though? Like I didn't notice it either. What's the binding error? It's not a binding error. It's just there's a crease in the first part of the book that seems to be universal. And I don't know if this camera is going to capture it, but it's in the first signature. And I don't think I have a prominent, but it's like this extra bite here. Oh, I can't see. There's like an extra bite. And I'm not. Yeah, you can kind of. Yeah, that extra line there. It's only on the first signature. And it is, like I said, pretty universal. And you have to pull the book open quite a bit to get to it. And it's on both the signed and unsigned, of course. But what I noticed is, yeah, it's like the first signature, the fold and gathered signatures. But what I noticed is these section headings are glued in super tight. So you see how, look at that. It doesn't go all the way. It's see where that gets glued in there or whatever. See how far up that is? I don't like that because the gutter is very small. You almost have to pry the book open. That I didn't dig, but it's on both my copies, and I think a lot of people have the same issue. So there's nothing you could do about it because it's not like a one-off. It's not like, 20 books were affected. It's pretty much the whole run. The book is already addressed to Mitch Hall. That's funny. Hey, John. Night, everyone. Go play the lottery, Mitch. Yeah. Jeez. I just need one more free book. Then I'll send you free beer. Okay. All right. I'll get you. What free book can we pretend to do a giveaway? Good night, Patty. This was fun. I'll try to join you guys again. Oh, I hope you do. I'm glad you were here. We don't always do giveaways to Mitch, but once in a while, I don't always do a giveaway, but when I do, Mitch wins. Thanks to Darren. The giveaway was fun. Night, everyone. Not much of a flaw. I know, I don't think so, but I don't like the way that one page is glued in there, that section heading. Because you got like, look at that. I mean, it's kind of glued way. You see, I mean, it's like halfway up. It's not halfway up the page, but a huge part of it. So it's the first signature. The book is still a beautiful book. I love the production value, and I think Jared knocked it out of the park on that one. So, not a big deal. Not a big deal, especially when it's ubiquitous. So, anyway, that's pretty much a stream for tonight. We could call this channel Islands in the Stream, or I Stream of Genie, or Faith No More. Good night. Well, Philip's leaving. We all got to leave. Oh, Philip's gone. I'm going to go. And this is going to be up on the interwebs forever. Everything you guys said is going to be documented and looked at by the NSA and FBI and CIA. Think about that. Good night, Darren. Thank you so much. It was very great of you, very generous. I appreciate it, especially coming from England all the way to Tulsa, Oklahoma. But good night, everybody. I will be back when the week is new, and I will have more word vomit for you, and you'll have things you'll want to talk about, and I'll probably ignore them all and go off on a tangent and say things that I didn't even want to say. It's my life, you know, it's my life. Welcome to it, and I'm so glad you are all here. Peace out.